Joe Flacco just exposed Kevin Stefanski, showing us everything wrong with the Browns offense. And after hearing this, it's clear Shedeur Sanders need to be traded now.
I honestly felt like this week was probably a little bit harder than last week just because it's such a short week. You're still putting in a full game plan. You don't get to hear the play as much, but there's certain things with formations and things like that that you're hearing for the first couple times. And even though you've read the play a million times, like when you hear it, it just wasn't hitting my brain right. And we were joking on the sideline. Like anytime that happened and we broke the play and we broke the huddle and it was like, I don't know if we're right here. I mean, that play hit. So like we got lucky tonight in that sense.
This man, Joe Flacco, just exposed Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns offense. Joe Flacco threw for 342 yards and 3 touchdowns on 47 attempts and 31 completions. Cleveland, did you get rid of Joe too? Cleveland, did you get rid of old Joe too soon? I don't know the best way to explain it, but it seems like every quarterback that leaves Cleveland, if they was in that horrible organization, then they left them, they on a different path to where they about to become a superstar again. In this case, Baker Mayfield down there looking like an MVP for the Bucks, and Joe Flacco ain't even left Cleveland for a full 2 weeks, and he already done threw for more yards and touchdowns than he did in Cleveland. Come on now, what's going on? I think Mike Tomlin was right. Maybe Andrew Berry smarter than all of us. He don't know why the Browns traded Joe Flacco, a veteran, to a division rival that they got to play again, and Mike Tomlin knew they going to have to play Cincinnati against Joe Flacco. But Joe still didn't know the plays, and he beat a Steelers team that demolished the Cleveland with Dylan Gabriel. Y'all just played them last week. Steelers just played the Cleveland last week. And then, think about it, if Joe Flacco was still the quarterback, not saying he would have did the same thing because the offense is totally different. And it's obvious that it's different. And the receivers, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Jerry Jeudy don't even compare. Jerry Jeudy probably wouldn't even be the third string receiver on this team. I don't know, man. I just don't know if Jerry Jeudy is that guy. But with that being said, Mike Tomlin knew what was going on. Maybe Andrew Berry smarter than him. Maybe he's smarter than all of us. Tony Rizzo, what you got to say?
How could you do that, Andrew? How could you do it? Why on earth did you feel the need to trade this guy to a division opponent for a 5th-round draft pick? Fireable offense. That is a fireable offense. I want to know how much longer the owner's going to watch this crap, because the fans have had it. We deserve better. You're just worried more about your stadium than you are your football team. That's the perception, Jimmy. And you allow these people to do this. You have the worst offense in the league. Your GM screwed this quarterback thing up like I've never seen in my life. I've never seen anything like it. Kids that play Madden could have done a better job. Truly. That's not hyperbole. It's a joke. It's a joke. This franchise has become a joke. And I'm sick of it.
Tony, I'm going to hit you on to something, Tony. Y'all been a joke. But with what he just said, man, this whole quarterback competition was a lie anyway. But I told y'all, the Browns ain't going to have nothing good to come out of this by treating Shedeur the way they've been treating him. You can't treat blessed folk the way you've been treating them. Now Joe done got up out of there. And why you think Shedeur, when he was like, I get to play with Joe Flacco? He was so excited like a kid in the candy store, man, because he knew Joe Flacco been in the league that long. He knew he don't want a Super Bowl. He a vet, man. He a vet. And then I thought about it. I was like, maybe the Browns trading away or getting rid of everybody that's getting close to Shedeur. I looked at it. I was like, Tony Brown gone. He spoke out good about Shedeur. Joe Flacco gone. He was mentoring Shedeur, even though he say he wasn't mentoring. We already know Shedeur was right under there talking to him every day. Then Greg Newsome gone. He said something about Shedeur. Gage got cut. Luke got cut, even though they brought Gage back. But then Dylan Gabriel set him up to send him to the medical tent. And then Luke's on the practice squad, finally. But they had cut him. I'm just putting 2 and 2 to make 4. Now Joe Flacco over there living his best life. I know it's this just one game, but still, man. Like, you got them type weapons over there. That offense just waiting for a quarterback, because I know they wait for Joe Burrow to come back. But they got old Joe back there that can sling the thing. Jamar Chase just set an NFL record for most receptions in a game and probably targets. Like, that's crazy. You ain't doing that in Kevin's offense. You not doing that in Cleveland. You not doing that with them receivers you got, because you ain't got none even close to T. Higgins. I ain't even talking about Jamar Chase. I'm just talking about T. Higgins. Ain't now one of them receivers on Cleveland roster close to T. Higgins. Jared Judy probably would have caught that ball and ran it into the end zone. I'm just saying, bro. I don't know what they got going on. So don't make no excuses why you don't need to draft a quarterback in next year's draft. You need an offensive lineman and a receiver. That's what you need to invest in right now. But yeah, Tony Rizzo is right. The owner ain't worried about the team. I told you he ain't worried about the team. I told y'all he is a businessman. He didn't become a billionaire owning the team. He was a businessman. He getting that stadium for business. And I told you he going to end up putting all his businesses around the stadium. Come on now. It's a business move. It ain't got nothing to do with the Cleveland Browns. They can suck as long as they've been sucking. No, did it. They can be losing as long as they've been losing for the next 30, 40 years, and them loyal Brown fans still going to be loyal because they team sorry. So they going to stay. And he know they going to stay. So he just going to pile up, get their money, and make all this money off Shedeur, and then hopefully he get rid of them, but we don't know.
Since the Browns moved on from Deshaun Watson, they have screwed this quarterback thing up worse than I could ever imagine. Ever. I've never seen anything more stupid in my life than Andrew Berry handling the quarterback situation. He should get fired for that alone. You reached on a kid in the 3rd round, then you took a guy in the 5th round that you didn't even know what you were doing. He's the best quarterback you have, and you haven't played him yet. You signed Joe Flacco, and you traded him to a division rival who looks like they go to the playoffs. All Joe Flacco has done since going to Cincinnati is throw for 561 yards in 2 games, 5 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Since the
Tony Rizzo letting them have it, man. I'm telling you. We know what's going on over there in Cleveland. They don't know what they doing. Kevin need to be fired. Andrew need to be fired. And Jimmy need to sell the team. But we already know Jimmy ain't selling the team. And then he done set it up to have Andrew Berry as the scapegoat anyway. Like I told you, he's either going to be a genius or he's going to be a fool. And it looking like right now he being a fool until Shedeur played to try to make him look like a genius. But if Joe Flacco end up winning more games for Bengals until Joe Burrow come back, man, he gonna look like a D fool. Y'all know what the word is. Come on now. What y'all think? I'm telling you right now, man. This is exposure to the highest level, especially before the next Cleveland Browns game. Like, you just traded Joe Flacco away a week ago. And he already done played 2 games for the Bengals and threw for 500-some yards and 5 touchdowns with no interceptions. So it's either the play calling or the roster, or it's both. In this case for Cleveland, it's both. The play calling and the roster is sorry.
My savage, Moneymane in the thing of a T and playing no games. Should I already know my name when I speak NCC flame. Got my YouTube poppin', man. Like, subscribing, everything in between. You already know. Moneymane. You already know.